In this Etoro for Beginners video, I will be showing you how to use the new updated Etoro charts. I made a video similar to this back in 2020, but Etoro has upgraded and integrated TradingView into the platform. TradingView are a market leader in charting and analysis tools, and if you don't have an Etoro account, you can do a lot of the same and if not more on TradingView's own website. And if you don't have an Etoro account and want to sign up after watching this video, then I have an affiliate link in the description below, which if you use it, then I will get a kickback, which massively helps support this channel. So in this Etoro tutorial, I will be showing you some of the most popular chart styles and how to read them and how to add indicators and run through some of the core functionality. I'll also show you how to get back to the old Etoro charts if for some reason you really miss them and want them back. So as mentioned earlier, this is an absolute beginner's video, but if you would like me to do a more in-depth technical analysis video, then let me know in the comments below and perhaps I'll do one in the future. As always, the timestamps are in the description below, so feel free to jump forwards or backwards. So if you're on Etoro and you want to see any chart, then browse to that specific asset. So for this demo, I'm going to use my favorite stock, which is Tesla. Then from the asset homepage, you can click the charts tab button here. Now you should see a chart on your screen, and mine is currently set to show candlesticks, but if this is your first time using Etoro, yours may default to a different view. So as a beginner, you may want to use a line or area chart, which is what I used for a while when starting out, as it's very easy to read. So to flip these over, you just need to click on this button here, and I'm going to pick an area. Line and area are basically the same, but an area is just colored in on the bottom, so it will be easier to see on this video. So the main difference between the line and the candle chart is that the line chart only shows the closing price for the interval period, but a candlestick gives you more information about the first and last price of the time period and the highest and lowest price in that time period also. But we'll come on to that in more detail in a bit. So when it comes to charting, you don't get more simpler than this. So the chart shows the historic price movements of an asset. The price of an asset is always changing based on what buyers and sellers want to pay in the market. So if people were willing to pay more after some good news about an asset, then the price will be higher. And if there's some bad news about a company, then the price may go down. And so you would see both of these reflected in the chart. So the y-axis on the right hand side, we have the price, and along the bottom we have the time frame, which will change depending on how zoomed in or out you are. So if you're on a PC and you want to see more or less of the chart, you can do this by scrolling on your mouse wheel. And if you want to fix on a specific point, then hold Control while doing this. If you can't see the top of the chart for any reason, then you can click on the price on the right hand side and drag this up and down. So in general, if you have a buy position open on an asset, then basically you want the price to go up over time. So in a perfect scenario, it would mean the chart would start in the bottom left and end somewhere higher on the right hand side, which if I flip over to say the S&P 500, you can kind of see that happening there. So hypothetically, this is kind of what you want to see. And you may have noticed there that I flipped this over to 1W here, which brings us on to the time frames in the top left. So you can only view so much history on each time frame. So if I'm on 1 minute, then you can see it only goes back to some point yesterday. So if you want to see further back, you will need to adjust this in the top left. So now you can see I'm going back before the 19th. So M is for minutes, H is for hours, D is for days, and W is for week. And if we pick 1 minute, for example, the chart will plot a data point for each minute on the chart. Now, I'm just going to flip back to Tesla. I'm recording this video on a Saturday, so the market isn't open. And Tesla is traded on the NASDAQ in America. And you will notice here on the x-axis that it goes up to 9 p.m. In America, they don't actually trade up to 9 p.m, but the time zone is based on my region, which can be set under the settings cog here, and by going settings, and then you can change this to wherever you are in the world if it's not right for any reason. As per the industry standard, eToro charts only display the asset's sell rate. To determine the buy rate, you would need to add the spread to the prices on the chart. Now, that's pretty much all there is to line and area charts. Now, I'm going to flip this over to a candle chart, which is what most people use. And you may want to progress onto this over time. And the reason for this is that it has a few advantages over the line or area chart. So bear in mind, candles and hollow candles look the same, but they are very different. So don't get confused over these two. So I'm going to be talking about normal candlesticks. So candles in the menu. So this is a candle graph, and the color of the candle, or each one of these vertical lines, indicates whether the value of an asset rose or fell for the time period. Green means the price went up and is bullish, and red means the price went down and is bearish. So each candle represents our time frame of price action. So because I'm on the 1 minute chart here, each one of these candlesticks represents 1 minute. If we change this to 5 minutes, then each one of these now represents 5 minutes. And if we flip over to my lovely Excel document here, the rectangular part is called the real body, and that's the same on both red and green candles. On a green candle, the price at which the candle opens is denoted by the bottom of the green bar here. Then the closing price is at the top of the green bar. Then if the price went higher or lower than the opening and closing price in the time period, then you can see this by the wicks, or these lines above and below the real body. And they're also sometimes referred to as shadows or tails, but most people call them wicks. And basically a red candle is the opposite of a green candle. So the opening price is at the top of the red bar and the closing price is at the bottom of the red bar. And the wicks show the highest and lowest points reached in the time frame. So if you're looking at this in eToro, then you can also see this information by hovering over a bar. And in the top right, these bits here, you'll see offer opening price, which if I'm hovering over it on the right hand side, you can see that's about 164.77, but it tells you up here. So it actually opened at 164.76. Then H is for the highest price, and that was 165.06. The lowest is 164.71, and the close is 165.02. And then you can also see the percentage it moves in that time frame. So if there are little or no wicks at all, like this candle here, then it indicates that the opening or closing price, depending if it's a red or green candle, was the same or very near to the highest or lowest points. So for example here, you can see the highest point was 164.59 and the close was also 164.59, hence the reason why there is no wick here. Now, another type of candle that you may see are called doji candles, which is when the price opens and closes at the same or very near the same price. So you may end up with very little body, but the price can move quite a bit in the time period, but the price closes on or very near its opening price. So they'd look something like this. So you can see one of these perfectly here, this green bar right here. So I'm quickly going to show you a bar candle graph, just because they are similar to candles. Basically now you've lost all the bodies, so it's less easy to read in my eyes, but everyone's got their own opinions on this. So the way these work is that the opening price is denoted by the foot on the left-hand side. So for example, that there, and the closing price is the foot on the right-hand side of the vertical line. So for example, that there. And again, the high and low of the period is the top and bottom of the vertical bar. So I'm not going to go through all of the chart types here. Most people just use normal candles, but I will explain about hollow candles briefly, because while they look similar, they are actually very different. So you don't want to confuse these with normal filled candles. Hollow candles use color and fill attributes to show the price behavior. So when a candle is solid, it means the current closing price is lower than the same period's opening price. When a candle is hollow, it means that the current closing price is higher than the same period's opening price. The candle's color compares current closing price to the previous candle's closing price. So So a green candle means that the current closing price is greater than the previous candle's closing price. A red candle means that the current closing price is lower than the previous candle's closing price. So this is why you don't want to confuse these. And if you do decide you want to use hollow candles, then you may want to take a screenshot of this now, or write down in the comments below, and perhaps I can put this in a PDF and put it up on a web page somewhere. If you want to know about the other chart types, then Google is your friend. So moving on to other basic functionality, is the buttons to open trades here. So B opens the buy window and S opens the sell window. Now, if we go through these buttons from right to left first, that just expands your chart so you can see more. This is just a share button if you want to share the chart with, say, your nan. So the plus is so that you can add another asset to the chart to compare it. So for example, maybe I want to compare NEO, and I can just do that there, and then you can see NEO's price in this below bit here. And then if you want to get rid of those, you can just click on it and just press delete. Then the bar chart to the left of this one is for indicators. Now I'm not going to go into these here, as we'd be here till next week because there's just hundreds. But some common ones you may be interested in is probably the relative strength index, then simple moving averages and exponential moving averages. Now, as you can see, it's added some lines and some other information to the chart. If you want me to do a video explaining these in depth, then please let us know in the comments below. Now, one benefit of this being integrated into Etoro is that you can actually add more than 3 indicators. Whereas if you're on TradingView, you can only add 3 unless you become a paid member. But on the flip side of this, on TradingView, you get access to loads of community scripts which aren't on Etoro. Now, if you want to change any of the settings for any of these indicators that you add, then just press the cog next to them, and then you can just change some colors there to make it easier to read. A nice black. And then if we OK that, you can now see it's changed it. And then if you want to get rid of them, you can just press the X here also. Alternatively, you can just press delete. Now, if you miss the old style charts, you can get to these by pressing the cogwheel here and clicking launch ProCharts, but I don't really know why you'd want to use this now that they've got TradingView. Then the last button here on the left with the pencil gives you your charting tools menu on the left with tools for technical analysis. And if you want, you can become Van Gogh on your chart. I'm not going to go into all of these here, but some of the basic ones you may want to use is a line, so you can just draw a trend line. So if you click the trend line here, you can draw trend lines, or you could draw support and resistance. You can draw whatever you want, basically. And then if you want to get rid of them, just press delete again. The next button, if you know about Ms. Fibonacci retracements, again, I'm not going into them here. And if you want to draw freehand, it's this button here, and you can just draw different patterns that you see. And no, that's not what you're thinking. Get your mind out the gutter. That's a head and shoulders pattern, obviously. And then one of my favorite tools is actually this one here, which is a price range, which if you watch one of my portfolio updates, this is how I know the percentages that an asset has moved in a month. And if you want to see how much Tesla has moved in the past month, you would go to the first day of the month. So it would have opened at the top of this red candle here, and then you can drag down, and then that is right where it finished yesterday. So currently we're down about 16.9% for the month of April. But alternatively, if you wanted to see what would happen if it goes back to that, then you can drag up from where we were yesterday. And if it returns to that, then you'd actually make 20.52%-ish. So that's it for this video. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on some of these other tools here, please let us know in the comments below. And if you got any value from this video, then please don't forget to give it a like, as it really helps the channel to reach more people. And if you're watching this video wondering how you can get started with Etoro, then I recommend watching this video next. It's been Ollie from Get Geek Finance. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.